Good morning, good evening, good night to everyone. So today I forgot the mic. For sure, next month I will forget about the camera. I don't know. I know that maybe it's been hard, the list of Virgo. I know for all the spiritual people working for the consciousness, Virgo is very difficult, but it's nothing compared with Capricorn. So just wait for it. So let's see how January goes. For sure, this will be a very strong year in every sense. So let's begin today with our issue, which is the root chakra in the mental, the mind week. So I hope you were able to read the blog today. I know it's too much, but my intention was to write just a paragraph each day this month, and suddenly I can stop. so it's long. Sorry, I was trying to explain something, but I am still waiting for the signal, waiting for the Wi-Fi. So I guess that each day would be like worst, because each day that goes on, I forget even more things. So it's like, so as you see, I have no idea what I'm going to say. I don't prepare anything. So we were talking about attributes and the two parts of it, which are the weakness and the strength that we have. So the image that I shared today in the blog, I guess, helps a lot to understand how we can get the idea of what are our strengths and our weakness. So, so the image is related to the spectrum of light going through the space, and how this reality is moving like a wave, the longitudinal, it says wave, length of wave. Thank you. Longitude or length of wave. So why is it important to understand this spectrum of light and this length wave, or this length wave? Because the importance of it is to realize that everything that exists is basically light, and everything that moves through the space that creates energy, it's basically built by photons, which are the particles, the main particle of light. So these photons are the energy that makes the atoms move, and that creates everything through that magnetism. So this vibration that creates everything, that creates every atom, every molecule, everything has photons, and the photons goes through it, basically creates us. So we are light. So to understand that everything that creates us basically is made of light helps us change the idea of what enlightenment means. We in this kind of path usually are willing to get enlightened or to find the illumination. But we are light, and light goes through us. So we should not go and look for the enlightenment. We just have to go in the same vibration and waves of the light to see the enlightenment. So basically, the reason why we don't find illumination and we cannot reach enlightenment is basically because we are not balanced with the vibration of the light. We are so dissonant to that wave that we cannot see it, we cannot perceive it. Basically, we should not make a path outside to find enlightenment, but we have to make the path within to balance myself and so get enlightened and find the light. One of the key words to understand this process of how to do it is the word frequency. And here we have some misunderstanding about what frequency means. So we usually think that when we speak about frequency, we are talking about energy or the vibration. We make this mistake. So we kind of say the frequency of music, the frequency of my energy, I am vibrating this frequency, but we usually made the mistake believing that that means the vibration. But it's not that. In order to understand how the frequency works, we have to go to a short sentence that maybe makes the summary of everything, which is how frequently you do this action. In this sentence, how frequently is talking about the aspect of what frequency means. Frequency doesn't mean vibration. Frequency means the period of time that you need in a process to get to the other point. That's why we say a frequency of time. How frequent you do this. That period of time happens during the process of vibration. So that's why we misunderstand the concept. So we could say that vibration is space and frequency is time. Do you see the difference now? Just picture this image. The frequency would be like this wave moving constantly. Now picture this. When you have a wave, like in an ocean, like in the sea, okay, the lower one is having all the strength, the pressure to push the one up to move forward, okay? So when it goes up, the one that is here down pushes the wave into that direction, which would be like inertia, how do you say it in English? Inertia. Okay, I will say it later. It is pushing, okay? Bien. Inertia, okay. So imagine that the sea is this vibration, and the sea is a space, something physical. Each time that one goes down, press the other so the upper one can move forward. So this is how this vibration is constant. To understand the frequency, we would have to picture the tides of the sea. So imagine that the tides are those that goes to the beach and go back again, and once again goes back again, once and again to the beach and then to the sea. These tides has a period of time between each other that we can count in the movement of the waves. If I have a very low sea, a very quiet sea, the vibration would be very soft. So imagine that when you have this, like that, is the wave, okay? If it's a calm sea, you would see that the movement will be very soft. And when this wave is moving, pushing the others down, the other one will take a while to rise up and then goes down again. Very slow. So it will take a long time, okay, to make the process. So imagine that, of course, the C, yeah, the C is the vibration. So this doesn't matter how it moves, it's vibration, okay? So if I to measure the frequency, what I have to do is to kind of count how many seconds I can count to from the moment this one starts to go down and this one starts to go up. So for example, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it starts again going down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all this process gives me the idea that each 4 seconds the cycle will be repeated. So the frequency of my vibration would be each 4 seconds. Okay? So this is the difference between vibration and frequency. Frequency is time, vibration is space. Imagine that if the vibration rises, if there is more vibration each time more, so what happens is that the frequency starts to be shorter. Okay? I don't have time to count. 1, 2, 1, 1. So it's so fast that I cannot keep counting because it's very fast. So this is what we call low frequency. Low frequency is going too slow. As shorter it gets the period of the waves, the frequency will be more high. So we have high frequency and low frequency or medium frequency. And because time and space are related to each other as one, this is why we also say low vibration, medium vibration, or high vibration. But we will have to understand how both of them act in a different way, in kind of a different way. Do you remember that in another video I explained about these different universes? One red, the other one is orange, and we have these different realities. The meaning of this is that each one of them will have its own reality. So they all will be different, but all of them are all together in the same length of wavelength. Once you got this idea, just try to picture when you say you have to rise your vibration so you could go into another dimension. And this is a kind of mistaken concept. What it means to rise your frequency, to your vibration, to go into another dimension, is not to leave this dimension to go into another one. Now that you know the concept of how vibration works, you just have to know that in order to change your dimension, you just need to vibrate faster. And when you vibrate faster, the frequency starts to be shorter. So you are able to see something different, a new reality of yourself. So this is kind of like saying, I want to I want to see the gamma rays or the infrared rays. I cannot do it. I'm not prepared for that unless I start to vibrate in the same frequency as them. This is why there is no other dimensions apart from ours. The only thing that exists is just one wave of vibration in which we all are vibrating in different time frames of frequency. So this is why we also say that time and space are relative and are happening right now, because this is not like saying the past has happened, because past is just a low vibration. So you cannot see it, you cannot touch it. And the future is so fast, the vibration is like this, that I cannot even perceive it. So now let's go to the tiny part and speck of frequency that we can see, the one we call present. That tiny part allows us to see different aspects through different frequencies. How do we see this part? This part of the frequency, we see it like a rainbow. In our body, we see the rainbow projected here as the chakras. So what are the chakras? The chakras are just the expression of a whole wave that can be expressed here. In this part, the vibration is so medium that allows the vibration of the atoms to stabilize and to be kind of in balance, so they has the appearance of matter. So that's why we exist. But we are just a projection of light. The only reason why we exist physically is because through the vibration in our spectrum of light, the atoms, instead of being vibrating like this, they started to calibrate and balance. So we can see it. We can see us and touch us just because the atoms are in order. So now in this tiny aspect of light, we have 12 waves. So let's remember that we are in this coming from a very low vibration, which are like then the medium, and then the higher one that are chaos. So we are in the middle. We have here in this spectrum of vibration the experience of 12 chakras, 12 waves of vibration that each one of them are located in our body, like the 7 chakras within our body, then the 2 in the legs, so 9, then the other one irradiating through the skin, and the other one below our feet, and the other one up on our head. So we have 12 chakras in our spectrum. Remember that these 12 chakras will have 12 notes and also 12 colors. So remember that each one of these chakras is a wave. So now picture this, that this wave that is coming, okay, rise up here as the upper chakra, the one over our head, and then starts to go down. And at the moment it goes down, it's pushing and rising up the crown chakra. So when the crown chakra goes down, the low vibration of the crown chakra starts to rise the third eye. And then it goes down again, and the low energy of the third eye makes up the vibration of the throat, and so on. You got the picture? all the waves. This means that our self, our being, is vibrating in this syntony. Let's talk about the unconscious way of vibrating, okay? So if I am unaware of myself, if I am unconscious, if I start to vibrate faster and faster, what I do is that I am not able to do any process, so I stress myself, okay? So I cannot manifest anything because I'm so fast. One of the clues to understand this in our own lives is that we project constantly in the future and we are not being able to manifest anything in the present. So if we, through unconscious, vibrate very low, so the process to take the time that you need to get a process would take years, okay? Because it's very slow and you usually are related to the past because you are always living constantly in the same wave of the past. So you are constantly saying like, oh, before it was better, or what happened to me was terrible, always thinking in the past. So in order to normally live in balance, what I have to do is not to cut the past and the future. What I have to do is to realize that the energy that is coming from the past is part of the wave that I need to use in order to start to balance and to balance myself, calibrate myself in order to be aligned with the future energy. It's a continuum. So in order to be conscious, what I have to do is to recognize my past, the energy that comes to me, recognize my present, and then to put myself a goal in the future. Now we have seen all this, so let's go again to the 12 in this specific moment. So one of the main things that I have to do to understand this is first to analyze in which aspect of my life these chakras are in the top of the wave, which would be my strength, and which ones in the low part of the wave, which would be my weakness. So the image would be that I recognize the strength in the top of this wave or the hill because I can see everything. I can see everything from above. So when I have strength, I can see and say this is the truth because I am higher and so I see everything. But if I go down, I'm in the valley. So through the valley, I only see these mountains around. I cannot see perfectly what is happening. So I am weak because I don't know what to do. Let's picture as if they are mountains, okay? These things, mountains and valleys. We usually want to stay on the top of the mountain because it's the one you have clarity. But you don't have nothing to eat. You cannot grow anything there. In order to get food, you have to go down the hill, pick up food, and come back again to the top. Nobody that wants to stay on the top of the mountain, look into everything because I can see everything, will be able to survive because they don't have anything to eat. I have to make the effort to go down. And this is the effort that we used to call the depression. Going down to that valley, the depression, is the act that we take in order to grab all the things that we need in order to have success on the top of the hill. The biggest conflict that we have in this movement is when we go down the hill or going up the hill, not knowing anything of why I am doing that. If I have no idea why I'm doing this, the next time when I'm trying to go up the hill, I will be like weird because you wouldn't have any idea of why did I came here? Why did I come here? So suddenly I start to fight against to going down the hill, to going to the valley. I don't want to go down anymore. So this concept is like trying constantly to make us try to be happy. And that's what we call the pursuit of happiness. But trying to do that is like trying to jump from one top of the hill to the other without food, without energy. The thing that we need to do is to go down the hill running and grabbing all that we need, and with that impulse to go up the hill. The strength that we have going down faster makes us go up faster too. So this that we recognize in ourselves, like our strength and our weakness, are part of the movement of the wave. So this is why when we go down the valley and we become consciousness, we shouldn't try to escape from that reality. What we have to do is to try to think about what have we come to look for here? What do we need to find? So you go and you do the inner process. The reason, if you ever feel sad or tired with this and just can't anymore and you get into depression, you shouldn't stop it. You shouldn't stop that and say, no, I can't feel this. I have to be happy. No. With consciousness, you just sit down, you just lay down in your bed and just allow yourself to feel this and try to just look within. What are you looking for? Because if you feel that energy, that situation of weakness, it's because you have a lack of something. And you need to find that something. And the only way you can do it is by allowing you to feel into the depth that energy. The people that are suffering from a very heavy depression constantly is because they have been their whole life, or even through generations, to stop and not to think about what they needed. They were trying to hide their needs to be stronger. If all your history was trying to avoid that reality, so suddenly you, the last one, have to go down the hill very fast. De fortaleza y debilidad. So in order to be able to balance and to calibrate all this wave that we are, first you need to identify where are your strengths and where are your weaknesses. And this is why the task for today is to write down a list where you can find which are your weakness and which are your strengths. Don't think about to calibrate this now. It's just to identify. We will pick this issue again, but in the month of Libra. Libra. Okay? The vibration that we are going to work with today is no. So the statement for today is, I am the emissary of worlds. So precisely for these all dimensions that connect us. So today we initiate with the new list of 12 concepts, and in this case will be related to the sounds and the ABC of the Atlantean language So we will talk about the concepts that each letter holds in it. So the information of today is the spiritual pattern of M. The doors of cosmos open. The spirit of consciousness crosses the threshold that delimits internal from external. The M sound is the vibration that defines the crossing to the other side pattern, the portal between the subconscious and the conscious, between the invisible and the visible, the vibration that resonates in every cell, unifying it to jump together. So remember, if there is something not clear, remember that I wrote it in the blog. As always, remember we start by doing massage, caressing the body. Remember that we thank to the physical body for being the anchor of the spirit in the matter. And I focus in my breathing, allowing the weight of my body to fall down. I become aware of the oxygen going to my lungs, my heart, blood, organs and muscles. I feel the heat of my body expanding through my skin towards all directions. All my magnetical field starts to feel complete with all this heat and energy from within. Take a deep breath and think about the I am as a light over your head, and feel with your imagination bringing all the energy around towards this light, making it irradiate brighter and brighter. I allow the light of the I am to come down through my crown, third eye, throat, heart, plexus, sacrum, and then light my root chakra, in the genitals. I become aware that every one of my strengths and my weakness are all anchored in my root chakra, in the genitals, as an idea, as concepts. So just try to recognize those concepts and how they live together in the same spot. I become aware, bringing the I am and its consciousness to my root chakra, that the weakness and strengths that I have are just a continuum of a wave that creates who I am. I accept these waves that moves everything within me. And as I do so, I start to pronounce the vibration to create balance and activate these waves. As I keep pronouncing the sound, I try to feel how the strength and weakness are moving as a sea, the waves of the sea, quiet and peacefully. And as I breathe very deep, I bring the consciousness to this sea that holds every one of the realities of existence. I am the emissary of worlds. I am the emissary of worlds. I am emissary of worlds. I am emissary of worlds. I take my hands to my heart. Take a deep breath. As I breathe deep, I recognize that my strength and my weakness are all of them part of my attributes, and all of them creates the energy that moves the waves of who I am. I become aware that each one of the waves of the resonance of my frequency connects each one of my chakras. They connect each one of my dimensions, of my worlds. And I am the emissary of the world. I am the sailor, the messenger between worlds. I am emissary of worlds. Take a deep breath. From your heart, bring all this consciousness to all your body, massaging, caressing, stretching and yawning. And softly I come back here and now, opening my eyes. So remember that maybe you will start to feel some weird emotions or some different emotions or sensations from all of this, because we are beginning to move this information and these waves. So what we are doing is to move all the things that were stuck. So that's why maybe we can feel some things that we are not supposed to. So don't ban yourself from feeling it. Just allow it and let it go. Flow. So, as always, thank you for being there every day, and as every day, see you tomorrow for Denise. Rest a lot and drink a lot of water. See you tomorrow. Rest.